What's good? This is your boy Tico, Tren Red Pill. And this video is going to be about um, something I've noticed lately, an uptick in something that I've noticed lately with certain people and people in general, for all intents and purposes. That's kind of sort of been something that's been weighing on my mind lately, if you know what I mean. So it's one of those things where I'm going to talk about like various things that I've ran into and various problems that I've ran into within the manosphere that make me think or wonder about people for all intents and purposes. And the sad part about that is you run into a lot of these people who do this or think the same way or, believe the same things and, fall under a certain category where they typically act like everybody else under the sun, which really sucks after a while because it's one of those things where it's like you basically have to be able to sort it out and make it work or sort it out and make it so that, it's not going to be a problem or it's not going to be one of those things that's going to be a underlying problem or a permanent problem for all intents and purposes. So it's one of those things where it's like you literally have to like sort shit out. And one of the many problems that I'm talking about is based on the title is one of those things where is one of those many things where it's like they follow people blindly, but they do worse than what that person's doing for all intents and purposes. Good example of that is I always talk about like ignoring the trolls and not paying attention to trolls and stuff like that for various reasons. Obviously, one of the main reasons for not wanting to pay attention to trolls is the more you pay attention to somebody, the more influence they have over you for all intents and purposes. And what I mean by that is it's the manosphere. The point of the manosphere is men going their own way. It's typically how that works. So the overall problem with that is if you're letting people get under your skin or you're letting people manipulate you, you're not really going your own way. If you let people manipulate you back to the plantation or, do and say things to you that, get you to get you manipulated back to the plantation, you're typically just being a follower for all intents and purposes is typically how that works. I mean, it's sad, but it's pretty much true. That's the reality of the day. We got a lot of people who fall for the okey doke, and meanwhile, this is the tactic that people are using to drag your ass back to the plantation. Instead of ignoring it, you're getting yourself involved in it. The sad part about it getting involved in it is it's typically one of those many things where you find out very quickly that this is probably not for you. Or this is one of those things where it's like, well, you've been doing it so long, it's like you're so used to doing it and so used to engaging in the behavior, you can't even tell the difference between if somebody's using you or somebody's basically, you know, what's up, Jaguar Media? Simple. But yeah, it's one of those things where typically a lot of people fall into the trap of like being trolled and drugged back into the mix for all intents and purposes. Because the sad part about that is the more you engage trolls, the more you go back to the plantation. The more you go back to the plantation, the more you end up right back on a plantation in the middle of nowhere. The sad part about trolling is it's typically a nice tactic to get you to basically either capitulate or come back. The more you troll, the more you're going more likely to come back. The more they manipulate you into coming back to the plantation. The sad part about that, a lot of people don't see this, and it ends up being a really, really big problem. The problem being, what's up, Menace, Jaguar Media? The problem being that once you actually engage the trolls, or once you actually are manipulated by trolls, you typically end up in a world of hurt, or you end up in a world of trouble where you have to basically you have to basically either A, get yourself out of the mess, or B, figure out what it is, what's going on with you that got you into the mess in the first place. And the sad part about that is I've noticed with a lot of people that they typically end up they typically end up they typically end up doing the dumbest stuff in the world, or they'll typically end up doing a lot of the craziest things where they'll get themselves all jammed up to the point where like they're listening to trolls and now they're following the trolls back to the plantation via manipulation or trolling tactics. And the sad part about that, you don't want to be under the influence of a troll. You typically want to ignore them. The sad part about that, a lot of people can't ignore them and they end up being fucked up by them. I typically ignore trolls because my channel is set up to troll trolls. So typically how it works is I'll basically do something, or they'll basically do something on my channel and I'll make a video about it like sometime down the line for all intents and purposes. Basically, basically letting them know they didn't really get to me. So it's one of those things where like the video would be made sometime down the line. I'll remember it, make a note of it, and make a video about it later, way, way later. Um, but typically in the manosphere, what I've noticed with a lot of men is their ability to get caught up in the mix, or their ability to a good example of that is I was talking to somebody and they were saying that, they don't like a certain person because they talk to this person. Typically, I don't really think very much about it, nor do I care about it too much. So if that's what you're going to do, that's what you're going to do. And that's typically how that works. Because I look at it like this: if you're going to put down one person because another person talks to that person, what you're then doing is basically, then if you turn around and actually troll that person or end up in an engagement, a battle with that person for no reason whatsoever, what you're typically doing is basically setting yourself up or opening yourself up for failure. By opening yourself up for failure, now what you're doing is now you're actually engaging in a constant battle for no reason, when in fact you should be going your own way. That's the problem that a lot of people have. They don't know how to go their own way. The point of MGTOW is men going their own way. It's not get caught up by trolls, men going their own way, or men get caught up by trolls going their own way. It's men going their own way. You're going to grow as a man by yourself. And that's typically how this works. So it's one of those things where you as a man have to pick and choose your allies very carefully, because the sad part about a lot of people's allies is their allies drag them into a lot of bullshit that they don't need to be in. So that's when you actually got to pick and choose your allies properly. Because I'm not finna to get drug into some mess if I'm not a part of the mess, or just because you want me to be a part of the mess. And a lot of people have this problem where they get drugged into the mess based on somebody else that they're cool with. Meanwhile, that person done started the whole entire mess. Now they're drugged into this whole entire mess. Now there's a fucking problem. The problem with that being is, now that you're drugged into this whole entire mess, now you're going to run into multiple problems on a regular basis. And the sad part about that is a lot of people do this shit on a regular basis. Then and they wonder why they always end up in the messes that they do. And the sad part about that is it's not the fact that you did it yourself, or you did multiple things to make it happen. It's more or less the fact that you got caught up in somebody else's mess and now you got drugged into somebody's mess. The sad part about that is, how would you get out of that mess? Or how would you avoid that mess next time? Because there's a lot of people that'll go after people who don't even need to go after people, all because this person's not liking this person. And it's simply one of them things where I always talk about, well, Tico this, well, you shouldn't talk to this person because this, and you shouldn't talk to that person because this. Well, I don't really care what you got to say. Because at the end of the day, this is the manosphere. I can talk to anybody I want, and I can choose to speak with anybody I want for all intents and purposes. That's your problem that you have. Don't try to drag your problem onto me. Keep your problem to yourself. It's typically how I always say. As long as you don't bring your beefs to my channel, I don't really give a fuck what you got going on, or what it is your beef is. As long as you keep your beefs off my channel and don't try to drag me into your petty beefs, I don't really care. Typically what you got a beef with, or what you're doing over there. And the sad part about that is typically one of those things where I run into many problems with a lot of these people, and they always wonder why I'm not really siding with them, or I don't want to ride 100% with them. And typically one of the many problems with it ends up being is, first off, one, why were you engaged with that person in the first place? Was it something they did to you personally, or was it something that they did to somebody else and you felt as though you need to get involved? This is typically where you start losing the whole entire goal or view or the meaning of men going their own way. Because you're a MGTOW, you're a man going his own way. Therefore, why are you engaging in somebody else's petty squabble. That's both asinine and annoying at the same damn time. Why would you engage in somebody else's petty squabble when in fact you were never involved in a petty squabble? And people always say, well, they talked about me. Well, you kind of sort of made a video about them first. Therefore, now they're making a video about you. It's typically how this shit works. And the sad part about that is there's a lot of people who get caught up in this whole entire garbage and this mess and constant cycle of bullshit, basically. Then they wonder why. Well, I don't understand why you're not taking my side. I don't understand why you got involved in that shit in the first place. It's typically what I tell people. Because I typically tell people, ignore the shit. Shit will go away. You ain't got to worry about the shit. What do people do? They hear their name. Now they get all cocky and they get all riled up and they want to make 9 videos and shit like that. And it's one of those things where it's like, you put yourself into that mess. You get yourself out of that fucking mess. I told you what to do. You didn't listen. Now you're in that mess. And that's typically what I tell a lot of people. Like, no, don't drag me into some bullshit that you got going on because you got drugged into some bullshit by somebody else. I don't get involved in other people's bullshit, especially if they got drugged into the bullshit in the first damn place. This is typically how I feel about a lot of people and a lot of content creators, because I'm more inclined to talk to somebody who practices diplomacy skills in a manosphere over somebody who engages in troll activity, basically. So what happens with that is, if you had nothing to do with a situation and you engage in that same situation, I'm going to disengage from you or stop remotely, talking to you, or stop remotely engaging you in conversation for the fact that you're getting yourself in a situation that you don't need to be in. Why would I want to involve myself with somebody who drags other people into situations when in fact you can simply handle it by ignoring a motherfucker or just brushing a motherfucker off like they don't exist? The problem is a lot of people had this problem with not ignoring people and always want to engage people because of ego, or they always want to do something because ego, or they always want to do this because they hurt their feelings. What's up, when? And the problem that I have with these people is I always tell these people, don't get involved, let it go. Don't even get involved in it. Just ignore it. It'll go away. And typically, like I say, ignore it for a little bit and it eventually goes away. Because the sad part about trolls is they want your fucking attention. The more attention you give them, the more subs they get from you. The more subs they get from you, the more interaction they get from you. And the sad part about this is it's just some stupid ass constant cycle that you got yourself into. Now your subs are subbing to this person that you're trolling because you said something about them. Now they said something about you. Now they're coming back to you and saying, she said this, he said this, they said this, and now it's a big ass mess. Why would you want to be in that mess in the first fucking place? And this is typically how a lot of people gain a lot of their subs, by trolling other people or trolling bigger channels. They'll basically do that by doing this thing. Like me, I don't really troll people, and I really don't give a fuck about trolling people. Now, what I'll do is I'll respond to you if I feel as though you misstepped or lied about me. That's about it. However, if you're just saying stupid shit, you're just saying stupid shit. The minute you start trying to assassinate my character, then I have to respond to you. That's my overall views on a lot of the shit that goes on in the manosphere. But the sad part about that, a lot of people can't do that, and they typically get caught up in the messes that they're caught up in the first damn place. It's sad, but it's so true when it happens to people. My overall problem with that is you have to ignore these people. If you don't ignore these people, now you're getting yourself drugged into this mess. When you get yourself drugged into all these messes, now we have problems, and now you're trying to figure out what's going on with yourself, or you're trying to figure out why it is you're in the mess that you're in now. It's typically how that works. So the sad part about that is people always say, well, Tico, that won't work. Well, have you ever seen me being drugged into some shit? Have you ever seen me being bashed often? No. People just pretty much let it die or let it rest for all intents and purposes for that reason, because I'm not willing to actually play their game. This is typically why people don't really fuck with me or troll me, because I'm not willing to engage bullshit for all intents and purposes. I'm not willing to get involved in petty squabbles because me as a human being, me as a man, I have things that I need to do and need to finish instead of actually getting involved in some petty squabbles. If I really wanted to get involved in a petty squabble, I would simply pass it over to my son Laszlo and let him upload some videos on that person, making a person look stupid. I would typically give it to my 6-year-old. He would pretty much do it, and he would pretty much make him look stupid. That's typically how that works. But I don't get involved in that for this reason, because it's pointless. It's pointless, and that takes from me going my own way, or me being my own man, and me. Because the sad part about trolling is the only reason why trolling exists is to get you to capitulate and bring your dumb ass back to the plantation. The more you engage the trolls, the more you realize you're back on a plantation. And the sad part about that, there's a lot of people that are smack dab in the middle of the plantation, don't even realize they're smack dab in the middle of the plantation over some stupid shit or some petty squabble that they were never involved in the first fucking place. What's up, a manly load? And this is typically one of the many problems that I have and that I always run into with people because they'll typically say some stupid shit like, well, Tico, you don't understand, and this, that, and the other. Well, no, I understand that you're stupid for engaging in a petty squabble that you were never involved in the first place, all because this person. Fuck that person. Do yourself to the best of yourself. This is typically how I roll. Because the sad part about that is typically people who engage in troll behaviors and go back and forth with the anti-MGTOWs or the troll people, I typically unsub from them. That's pretty much how it works. I don't give a damn if you're MGTOW or red pill. If you're engaging in troll behavior and you're going back and forth with somebody needlessly or stupidly, or you stupidly follow somebody into a battle that was between them and that person, then I simply unsub from those people because I typically can't be bothered with stupidity. Nor do I feel like listening to videos of you trolling somebody on a regular fucking basis that you were never even involved in a fight in the first fucking place. So why are you involved in a fight now? How are you going your own way if you're following this person into a battle with that person? You're not going your own way. You're a fucking follower at that point in time. This is typically one of the many things that blows my mind about people, and I always want to slap the shit out of people for doing stupid shit. This is typically why I always talk about I want to slap the shit out of somebody for being stupid when in fact you should be going your own way. Why are you not going your own way? Why are you engaging these trolls? Why are you being stupid? Why are you back on a plantation? And go, well, I'm not back on a plantation. Yes, the fuck you are. Yes, the fuck you are. Being stupid and following that dumbass into that whole entire battle that you had nothing to do with, put your dumbass back on a plantation, whether you like it or not. Knock it the fuck off, grow the fuck up, and go your own way. Quit following people in the stupid petty battles. That shit pisses me off more than nothing. That shit pisses me off the most, more than anything. Watching some motherfucker follow some other motherfucker into a dumbass battle that he had nothing to do with in the first fucking place. You're not going your own way. You're a fucking follower. That's all that fucking is. And the sad part about that, like I always say, I'm more likely to talk to somebody or engage somebody in a manager who has open dialogue with people or who is willing to actually practice diplomacy over stupidity. The problem with that is you got a lot of motherfuckers that get stuck in their own way and they want to follow other motherfuckers into stupidity and they wonder why, they're being called a gang or, a movement or a gang, a movement, or, a cult or, a cope mechanism. Because typically that's how a lot of you motherfuckers act when you follow trolls back to the plantation or you want to sit there and engage in a repeated back and forth troll battle. You're being a fucking gang member. And if you follow somebody else into it because they're in a mess with somebody else, you're a fucking gang member, and you got to understand how everybody views this shit. The sad part about that is nobody wants to view it until it's too fucking late. And the sad part about that is that's the shit that pisses me off the most about people when they try to say, well, Tico, I did it for this reason. No, fuck you. You followed that person into it. Now you have a gang mentality. Fuck off. Get out my face with that bullshit. And that's typically how I feel about people because I'm not willing to follow somebody who's willing to engage in the bullshit and then follow somebody else into the bullshit. Are you really going your own way? Or are you following somebody who claims they're going their own way? The sad part about that is you're not going your own way if you let somebody get into your head. Now you let that motherfucker rent space in your fucking head like a dumbass. How you gonna let somebody rent space in your head and they're living there for free and you ain't charging a motherfucker's rent for living in your fucking head? You're a dumb fuck if you're gonna do some shit like that. Don't let people get in your head that much. Because now everybody knows how to manipulate you and how to get in your head to drag your dumb ass back to the plantation because you're being a dumb fucking ass by listening to these motherfuckers mention your name. Sometimes you got to let the ego go. Sometimes you got to let your pride go so you can be a better human being and be a better person. Without this, you're nothing. Without any of this shit, you'll fall and you'll falter. The sad part about that is there's a lot of motherfuckers out there who do the dumbest shit and get themselves into the dumbest messes that they don't even need to be in the first fucking place. The sad part about that is you didn't have to be a part of that mess. Why are you a part of that mess? And how you're going to get yourself out of that mess? Or are you going to keep on engaging in that mess? If you weren't involved in a mess in the first place, or your name wasn't brought up in the first fucking place, why are you putting your name in a hat voluntarily? By voluntarily putting your name in a hat, you're volunteering your dumb ass back to the plantation. It's no different. It's no different than volunteering for selective draft, or no different than volunteering your time and effort to something stupid when you can be teaching a message of improvement to men. The sad part about that is when you do this stupid shit, now you're getting yourself into this mess, and now you're making everybody else in the manosphere look like a gang member, or you're making a thing look like a cult or a gang or all this other stupid shit that it doesn't need to be. The sad part about that is the more you do that, the more stupid shit, the more you do that, the more dumb shit you get into, the more all this shit actually happens. The more you're not willing to grow and learn as a human being, and the more you get yourself caught up in the dumb shit of what is trolls, or by following somebody else into there. Like a good example of that is if I get involved with somebody, I don't expect the whole entire manosphere to come in after me. I can handle this shit my fucking self. I don't need a bunch of followers coming in after me. If I'm going to do some shit, I'm going to do some shit myself. I don't need a whole entire manosphere to go in on one person. I don't need that shit. Because now that's making us look like a gang or a cult or, some type of movement. If you do some stupid shit like that. Because what I noticed with a lot of these people is, well, no, we're not a cult, we're not a gang, but you're sitting there trying to bully motherfuckers in their comment section with a lot of y'all doing it at the same fucking time. How are you not a cult? How are you not a gang anymore? If you're under somebody's comment section trying to bully somebody and not trying to educate people, you're merely trying to like say stupid shit to people instead of trying to educate people. The more it's better off you make everybody else look like dumbasses, or you make their fruits, what they're trying to do or trying to teach, look like nothing. Because the sad part about that is nobody focuses on the positives or what they've learned positively from somebody. They focus on all the negatives, on the dumb shit you put in their comment section. So therefore, they use that as more ammo to basically use it against you. The sad part about that is when you engage stupid people like that, you don't put negative shit under their comment section because they'll focus on that and they'll make another fucking video about that because that only confirms their bias. This is typically the problem that I have with a lot of dumb motherfuckers in the manosphere is they get themselves caught up in these messes and they wonder why, well, we're not a gang, we're not a cult, we're not this. Well, the stupid shit that you're doing in somebody's comment section says otherwise. So knock it off and educate people instead of doing dumb shit and putting dumb comments and dumb shit in people's comment section. Educate people. Quit being a dumb, petty little fucker. Educate motherfuckers in the comment section. If they get something wrong, don't put dumb shit in their comment section. Merely tell them or teach them what's proper. Because the sad part about that is what they said in their video and what you put in their comment section. If you put something negative or stupid in their comment section, they're going to run with that and say, see, I was right in my last video because this person said this, and this, and this person was petty in my comment section, and all these haters over here in my comment section, instead of actually putting what it is that the manosphere actually stands for, or what it is MGTOW actually stands for. You put stupid shit, or you put a seething comment, or you put some hatred, or you put some stupid comment in there, basically trying to berate them or be stupid. Why the fuck would you do that and give them more ammunition for your own dumb ass? Because now you're being a dumbass and you play right into their fucking trap like a fucking retard. Quit being fucking retards, grow the fuck up, and actually educate now. Stop fucking doing stupid shit on a regular basis. Educate people on what MGTOW is. Maybe they'll see it differently instead of putting dumbass, snide-ass, retarded-ass comments under the fucking comment section. Instead of going there and downvoting the shit on a regular fucking basis, what you're doing is basically pushing that person in a fucking algorithm like a fucking dumbass, like you are. Quit being fucking dumbasses and grow the fuck up and educate people. If they say something you don't like, merely put this is not this is this, that, and the other. Quit acting like a bunch of scathing little fucking retards and morons and actually educate people. Stop it. It looks so fucking annoying, and when I see it, I want to bitch smack you my fucking self. Quit being dumbasses and educate. Quit saying hateful shit and educate. Put the hate aside and educate, motherfuckers. Quit trying to always bully motherfuckers or say stupid shit to motherfuckers, and stop that shit and actually try educating motherfuckers on what it is that we actually what you have to offer as a MGTOW person or a red pill person. Don't write scathing comments or don't go there and gang bang somebody about thumbs downing shit, because that only proves your point. You only prove their point when you do the stupid shit like that in their comment sections. It don't matter what the fuck they got to say. All that matters is what you actually showed them based on what they said in their fucking videos. You showed them that what they said in their videos is true about your dumbasses. That's typically how this dumb shit works. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and this is how you get how they actually view your dumbasses. I'm getting tired of this shit because I see this shit on a regular basis. You got motherfuckers out here acting like I ain't even do anything wrong. Nigga, I seen a comment you put in their fucking comment section, you dumb fuck. How about you try educating instead of putting dumbass comments and winning stupid prizes on a regular basis? How about we try that for once, you dumb fucks? And the sad part about that, nothing pisses me off more when you had an opportunity to educate somebody, but you couldn't put aside your fucking anger or your petty fucking differences or to educate some fucking body. Now you look like a dumbass in their comment section. Now they're making multiple videos on your dumbass because you're a dumb fuck. Quit being dumb fucks. Educate motherfuckers. Don't sit here and put stupid shit in comment sections. Put real shit that'll educate that person. That way they have a positive view about it. And I don't want to hear no bullshit. Well, I don't care what they think. Well, obviously you do if you're over on their video downvoting them and saying the stupid shit that you're saying in the comment section. Obviously you care enough. Quit being a dumb fuck. Educate a motherfucker, and maybe they'll have a different opinion on it, on what it is that you have to offer or what it is about your philosophy, instead of trying to make it look like a fucking gang all the time, running over there saying stupid shit and downvoting shit. You're making it look like a fucking gang or a cult. You're making it look like a big ass coping mechanism by doing this shit. Knock it the fuck off, grow the fuck up, and be better human beings. Stop putting dumb shit in people's comment section and actually educate people. By putting dumb shit in their comment section or by running over their all mass downvoting shit, you're basically proving their fucking point. You're proving their fucking point. Knock it the fuck off and grow up and act like fucking men. Quit acting like big ass fucking little kids. You're acting like a bunch of little fucking baby, little pansy ass little fuck face prick little bitches. Quit doing that shit. Knock it the fuck off, grow the fuck up, and be a fucking man. I'm getting tired of y'all dumbasses doing dumb shit on a regular basis, then want to play stupid 5 minutes later with me like, well, Tico, I don't understand why this person's talking about me. Motherfucker, I understand why that person's talking about you. Quit being a dumb fuck. Quit trying to brush shit off for the simple shit that you do in somebody's comment section, because I see the shit, I read the shit, and I realize that you do the stupid shit. Then I typically unsub from your dumbass for participating in the dumb shit that you fucking did. This is typically how I roll. I'm tired of the shit. I'm tired of seeing the shit, and I'm tired of you complaining about the shit when you got yourself involved in the shit negatively in the first fucking place. Try positively getting yourself involved in shit. Try not trying to be angry with shit all the damn time and try to educate people some damn times. How about you try that, you dumb fucks? Because the sad part about that is, like I said, I'm more willing to actually go with somebody who is willing to fucking open up a line of dialogue with the opposing party, or somebody who's willing to practice diplomacy with the opposing party. There are a lot of motherfuckers in the manosphere that are willing to do that and willing to educate, but you got a lot of dumb motherfuckers that like to put dumb shit in comment section and put seething comments in people's dumb in comment section to only prove these people wrong after they done tried to prove them wrong in their comment section. You got these dumb fucks that'll roll in and just type in the dumbest, stupidest, retardedest shit in a comment section, and it basically makes all that shit that everybody was trying to teach them go away. Because now what you got going on is a lot of dumb shit over here with a lot of dumb people doing the dumbest shit on a regular basis. You're basically giving them ammunition to prove their fucking point. If they talked about you negatively in a fucking video, what you did in the comment section was merely just prove their fucking point. Knock it the fuck off. Act like you got some fucking sense. Grow the fuck up. Be fucking men. Quit being little bitches. Because I see a lot of y'all motherfuckers that run around here and act like y'all men. Y'all nothing but a bunch of little bitch niggas. I'm getting tired of y'all bitch nigga attitudes. Knock it the fuck off and don't come to me with some bullshit until you're willing to grow up your fucking self. Don't private message me on some bullshit if you're not willing to grow up your fucking self. You're fucking annoying. You get on my fucking nerves and get the fuck out my face with the bullshit. If you're going to participate in bullshit, you deserve all the bullshit you fucking get. Knock it the fuck off. Because I'm tired of this dumb shit. Knock it the fuck off, man. Grow the fuck up. Act like you got some fucking sense. If you can, I'll be happy to roll up on you and blast you in the fucking face. I'm tired of this shit. Every time we make some strides, you got dumb motherfuckers like your dumbasses that fuck it all up for everybody. I'm getting tired of y'all dumb fucks. Grow the fuck up. Quit acting like some dumbass bitches. Quit acting like little bitches in other people's comment section and actually educate motherfuckers. I'm tired of this shit. Because although, well, Tico, well, this, no, you fucked up. You fix this shit and you better it. Make it fucking better. Make it fucking better. Right your fucking wrongs. I'm tired of this shit. I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm tired of you crying to me in private messages. I'm tired of y'all crying to me behind the scenes about the dumb shit that y'all did. Y'all fuck yourself and got yourself in the fucking mess you got yourself in the first fucking place. Knock it the fuck off and grow the fuck up. You dumb fucks. That being said, if you're not going to grow up as a human being, don't open your mouth to say stupid shit. Don't post shit in people's comment sections. Grow the fuck up and then post the shit, or take a step back, review the situation, calm yourself down, and go from there. Stop posting stupid shit in people's comment sections and proving I'm fucking right. Because each time you open your fucking mouth and say some dumb shit in somebody's comment section, after everybody done gave them positive reinforcement on what it is that the philosophy stands for, you come in, you put some dumb shit in the comment section, and all that shit that everybody done did goes the fuck away. It's basically like what we say about the word but. Anything before the word but is basically null and void. The minute somebody tries to educate somebody, you got your dumbasses coming in and saying stupid shit in their comment section, you just basically just butted everybody else out of the fucking way, and that's what they're going to focus on, and now you proved their fucking point. Grow the fuck up and remember that shit. If you don't learn any fucking thing, then get the fuck out of my face and don't complain about somebody else. If you're going to engage in the stupid shit your fucking self. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And if you don't like it, you can fuck off. And if you don't really like what I got to say about your dumbasses, fuck you, fuck your face, and fuck your day. And if you got a problem with me, I'll be happy to drop my fucking address and I'll drag your punk ass. This goes for the motherfuckers in the manosphere who do the dumb shit on a regular basis. I'm getting tired of y'all dumbasses doing this shit. Every time we make strides, we got your dumbasses in the comment section fucking it up for everybody. Quit fucking it up for everybody. Grow the fuck up. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of having to explain your dumbass decisions and your dumbass comments away. I'm getting tired of this shit. It's very hard to market something as a philosophy when your dumbass is making it look like a fucking gang or a fucking cult or a big ass fucking cult coping mechanism. I'm getting tired of this shit. Grow the fuck up. It's one thing if somebody's threatening your fucking life. It's another thing if you're just going to be in somebody's comment section making threats or doing stupid shit. Now you look like a fucking gang, you dipshits. Grow the fuck up. Act like you got some fucking sense and actually use your fucking mental reasoning and your logic to actually teach them what they need to know about the fucking manosphere. Because all this shit that you're doing is bullshit. Do you want to come behind the scenes like, well, I don't understand why they're saying that we act like this? Because you're dumbass. This is the reason why they say we're like this, because you're dumb fucking ass, and many people like your dumb fucking ass. Stop acting like it and actually act like a fucking man and grow up and go your own way like you're supposed to. Grow your own way. Better yourself. Don't sit here and engage in petty squabbles for no fucking reason. Try some diplomacy sometimes. It might actually work in your fucking life, and it actually might better your life and lessen your stress. And the sad part about that, a lot of these motherfuckers that engage in this shit on a regular basis, they always end up trolled and they always end up fucking doxxed. You keep it up, that's where your ass is going to end up. And now your ass is going to be upset. Talk about, I can't believe they did this. Well, I can, because that's typically where this shit leads to you being fucking doxxed. It's not shocking to me in the least bit when somebody gets doxxed after a round of fucking trolling. It's not shocking to me in the least bit. What's up, George Lopez? What's up, Lonely underscore? What's up, Mega Man? What's up, Manly? What's up, Elder Monk? It's not shocking to me when shit actually happens to people because they engage in stupidity. It's not shocking to me in the least bit. If you're going to engage in this mess, just know that shit's going to happen and it's not going to pan out pretty for your dumbass. That's typically how this works. So if you're willing to actually get involved in bullshit, don't be shocked when shit hits the fan and you can't find some shit and you wonder what the fuck is going on and you wonder why all your information is out there on the fucking internet, because that's typically how that rolls. I may be against it, but at the end of the day, the motherfuckers on the other side aren't against it. They're all for it to embarrass you, to get yourself put out of your fucking job, basically. And the sad part about that is you play right into their fucking hands like a dumbass. You skip your little ass back to the fucking plantation like a little moron all the fucking time. It's quite annoying, and you need to grow the fuck up and learn the difference between avoiding the plantation and skipping your happy hips back to the fucking plantation. That's fucking annoying. And the sad part about that, you have nobody to blame but your own dumbass fucking selves. Don't do stupid shit if you don't expect to catch the hell to come with it. Because you can't sit up there like, I understand why all this has happened to me. Well, I understand why all this shit is happening to you, because you're a fucking dumbass. It's called foresight. You fuck with some shit, shit's gonna happen. For every action, there's a fucking reaction. Learn that shit and knock it the fuck off. The more you engage in this petty shit, the more likely you're going to be trolled. The more likely you get trolled, the more likely it's going to go back and forth. The more likely you're going to be doxxed. The more likely you're going to be doxxed, the more likely you're going to be out of a job. And when you're out of a fucking job, now your ass can't make YouTube videos, and now you're sitting there looking fucking stupid. And now you want to be mad at the person for doxing you. Well, I hate to break it to you. That's the list that these motherfuckers are willing to go to embarrass your dumb ass. Because the sad part about that is your ass ain't willing to go to that length. And the sad part about that, if you did dox somebody, we would pretty much disavow any knowledge of your ass and get rid of your ass, basically, and not really associate with your ass anymore because it's totally pointless. That's typically how this shit works, because that's not tactics we use. We teach people. We don't sit here and do dumb shit with other people. We teach fucking people. Quit borrowing fucking trouble and grow the fuck up. Don't borrow trouble and grow the fuck up. But yeah, it's one of those things where you as a human being got to be aware of your fucking surroundings. Thanks, Elder Monk. This one of those things you got to actually be aware of your surroundings. You got to have situational awareness. Without that, you're nothing. Without that, you'll fall. Without that, you have no defense to defend your ass. Keep your situational awareness about you. Keep your wits about you, period. Never fall into stupidity. Never, ever, ever get involved in shit that you don't need to be involved in. If you can help it, that is. Never, ever get involved in shit that you don't need to be involved in. If it's somebody else's petty squabble, let them handle their own petty squabble. Don't get involved, because now you're making it look like a fucking gang when you get involved. And when you all go over there acting fucking stupid like a fucking gang member. You're acting worse than a fucking gang member. Don't be morons and grow the fuck up. Be grown-ass men and be grown-ass adults and think things through logically. This is typically one of those things that annoy me about people. when shit happens. It's one thing if a person's actively trying to get you. It's another thing if you're trolling people, then the end result is you being doxxed. That's pretty much you winning stupid prizes. I don't feel sorry for you in the least bit if you engage in a stupid behavior. However, if somebody's actively trolling you, actively engaging you and trying to dox you, that's a whole nother story. And that's something that you need to take to court. However, if you're engaging in the trolling behaviors and going back and forth and doxing happens, I don't feel sorry for you in the least bit. You deserved every bit of that. And now you need to learn your fucking lesson from that. That's typically how I feel. If you don't like it, that's too fucking bad. And if you really don't like it, you can fuck off. And if you really want some beef with me, I'll burn your fucking house down to the ground. Legit burn your house down to the ground. And I'm not talking about the trolls right now. I'm talking about dumbass fuckers in the manosphere who want to act fucking stupid all the time and pretend like they did nothing fucking wrong. As I'm going around to these many channels, seeing their dumbasses in the comment section acting fucking stupid as hell. Instead of educating motherfuckers, they acting dumb as hell. Do you got motherfuckers in the manosphere already that's saying that they're MGTOW when in fact they got whole ass girlfriends on fucking Facebook? But y'all follow them motherfuckers blindly. You got motherfuckers that are MGTOW that got whole ass girlfriends talking about baby on the fucking way and shit like that on Facebook. But y'all want to pick a petty squabble with somebody else who just has a girlfriend or something else stupid like that. But y'all want to follow a whole ass motherfucker who got a whole ass relationship and a whole ass baby coming on the way, who claims they're MGTOW. Think about that shit. Think about that shit. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers who claim MGTOW who have a whole ass relationship and a whole ass baby on the way, who be talking about no cohabitation, no marriage, no whatever the fuck the other pillar is. Got a whole ass fucking relationship on Facebook. Got a baby on the way on Facebook. Y'all cool with that motherfucker, but you know, you want to bash a motherfucker like Mr. Elite over here for trying to troll somebody and losing the troll battle. But you want to follow this motherfucker in a whole ass fucking relationship over here with a whole ass baby on the fucking way who claims they're MGTOW. But it's cool though. It's cool. I see where your allegiances are, and I see how stupid you follow people, and I see how blindly you follow motherfuckers. Because the sad part about that is a lot of you motherfuckers are friends with that motherfucker on Facebook. I merely blocked that motherfucker because I don't want to be involved with that motherfucker, because that motherfucker's in a whole ass motherfucking relationship on Facebook, but everybody's overlooking the fact that that nigga got a baby coming on the way. And when I say nigga, I mean black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, Asian. Y'all all niggas in my fucking ass. Suck it up. That's typically how that fucking works. Motherfucker got a whole ass motherfucking relationship, but y'all following that motherfucker blindly on Facebook and on YouTube. Let that shit sink in. Let that shit swirl around in your head for a little bit. That's the cold hard truth. Some of y'all niggas do the dumbest shit in the fucking world and don't even realize y'all walk into a dumbass fucking trap. That's the overall problem that I have with a lot of people in the manosphere. This is typically why I don't follow people in the manosphere or unsubscribe to motherfuckers in the manosphere, for this fucking reason. If you engage in stupid shit, I'm not going to follow your ass. Don't expect me to be watching your channel anymore, because I don't want to hear a fucking channel on stupid shit. But that's my time for now. Hopefully y'all took something from this fucking thing, and hopefully y'all grow the fuck up. The ones who I'm actually speaking of, hopefully y'all grow the fuck up, act like I got some sense, and knock off the dumbass behavior. My children act more mature than you motherfuckers. So grow the fuck up and act like some fucking adults. My children don't even engage in this stupid shit. So I'm gonna need you to act like some grown-ass adults and not engage in this stupid shit. If my children have a problem with somebody, my children will educate that person instead of berate, say stupid shit, or make threats or make snide comments or berate a person. They will educate the person before they do all that stupid shit. They can't educate the person. They merely just ignore the motherfucker and let them let them swim around in a big ass mess. This is typically how this shit actually works. If you want somebody to view you in a positive light or view you in somewhat of a decent light, you gotta knock off the petty shit in other people's comment sections. It's one thing to educate somebody on something. It's another thing to say some stupid shit in their comment section and send over a bunch of people to downvote a whole entire fucking video. Now you're acting like a fucking gang. Now you're acting like a fucking cult. Now you look like a cult. Now you look like a big ass coping cult, basically. Knock it the fuck off, grow the fuck up, and be grown ass human beings. This is your boy Tico, Tren Red Pill. Adios, my niggas. Have a good afternoon.